How to prepare arts students for college. Preparing someone for a humanities degree or something in relation to the sciences can be seen to a certain extent as an easier task than preparing a student for arts-based courses colleges. This is largely due to the fact that with an arts degree, whether it be literature or music, there is no truly defined content. Everything is subjective as every college will have a fairly different take. Below you can learn some of the things you should prepare your students' children for when looking forward to the future and to arts-based colleges. Steps 1. Help them build a strong foundation. Make sure they have a solid knowledge of the foundation skills that make up their art-based course. With every subject, there is going to be plenty of work to do to make sure they have the transferable skills for their course. For example, in a classical music course, your student is going to need to have a high motivation level, strong sight, reading capability, and the ability to absorb criticism, using it to work on their technique, etc., without becoming too offended, particularly in vocal studies. Making sure that they get the right amount of practice time, with classical ballet dancing and with classical instrument training, also for pop and jazz. 4. 6 hours daily is recommended, except for voice, when it is recommended young singers stick to around 1-2 hours a day, spaced in half-an-hour slots. 2. Encourage them to gain as much experience as possible. This should happen both in person and through listening, watching to others' experiences. An arts-based student should have plenty of their own experience to learn from and to use when working in further projects. For example, knowing how to present themselves in an audition situation, both formal and informal. Arts-based courses are also largely based on experience. When applying to the colleges, admission boards will want to see what students have to offer, using specific experiences to show contrast and versatility in behavior. Experience can be gained by being part of a company or an orchestra. There are plenty of these available in most areas, for free or for charge. But experience is also gained largely by observing the experiences of others. Namely, seeing professional dancers working firsthand. Open dress rehearsals are fantastic for this, or listening to as much music as possible, so that you have a diverse range to draw from when analyzing. This goes for art directly, being able to draw from paintings of a large portion of history to mark how change has occurred, or in literature how writing has evolved through the separate genres. 3. Help them to create a portfolio that will appear balanced as well as professional. Despite the student having a clear passion for the art-based subject they are applying for, the application provided should be one which appears balanced to the critical reader. Some art-based courses, if vocational like a music conservatoire, will not focus too largely on the grades or personal statement written, they will look more closely at experience. However, if an art-based institution is providing an academic course, e.g. academic music, then there will need to be a clear balance between grades, skill, and experience. But it's highly recommended that you use this latter option for wherever you are applying, as it means you will have less to edit for all of your applications, and also means that you don't lose track of what you have sent to whom. It appears more professional in its strength of organization, structure also. Encourage your student to succeed in this by working hard. Hard work means secure grades alongside secure skills, which never fails to appear neat and successful. This will be the most attractive portfolio option you can provide to the admissions board as a result. 4. Without being too condescending, make sure that this is the option that your student really wants to take. No matter how gifted the student in their field, the shift from high school to college is a big one and will be one that needs a lot of time to adjust to due to that difference. Make sure your student is happy that they are choosing the college right for them. Don't present your question in a condescending manner, just be subtle and informative about the options they will be able to take after completing an arts degree, as the options are often much more limited than with a further academic degree. Perhaps refer your student, or suggest they see, to the school careers team, who will be able to provide the student with a more detailed outlook on the entire situation, whether it be providing them with a prospectus about the university or a contact number so they can find out more directly. Make sure that you are not selfish in your opinions, be patient and kind. This decision will be one which your student is thinking a lot about and is entirely about them. As their teacher, parent, it is your place to support, encourage and help. Of course, inform them of any worries, but do not tell them to do anything specifically based on this if it is about only your judgment and not theirs. The aim is for you to be unbiased when aiding your student in this application and preparation process. 5. Support your student as they wait for news. After the application has been put through, the hard work sustained and the outcomes weighed, it will be largely about waiting to hear back from the university, college. Be there for your student, child at this time by being quietly supportive. Inquire when possible and offer any further help that you believe would be useful to helping them achieve their success, e.g. further classes. If you stay calm, it will be easier for them to stay calm, so do not be afraid to set this example. On an ending note, do not be too disheartened for your student if answers do not come back immediately. Remind your student of this also, there are hundreds of applicants to every course, so it is important to keep the focus on work and experience, allowing universities to take their time with the reply. The more distracted the student from the length of time, the less they will think about it, and hence their stress levels should hopefully be kept down. Hopefully, you should hear back fairly soon and the news will be positive. But until then, as stated, make sure the applicant continues to work hard at their studies. Tips. If you feel your student needs more information about the place they are applying to, you could also give them links to the institution's websites or contact them to find out more. This information may prove beneficial to many more students. If the news your students receive back is not the desired answer, make sure no one is too disheartened. Unfortunately, not everyone can be accepted first time, but encourage them to reapply if they wish, as most arts-based students, especially in music, are not always accepted first time round due purely to age. Warnings. Do not get too involved. Of course, show concern for your students where necessary, and help them as much as possible, but remain unbiased in your approach and do not interfere to an extent where you pass into an area that it is not your place in which to intrude. This is about the student, not you.